This thread seemed like it was fire with the comments about the women wearing the dress, the touching dress. Let's go. 40 times per hour. This isn't an exaggeration. It happens all the time. I'm gonna start breaking pinkies. 40 times per hour is not an exaggeration. 40 they must have got the hottest girls in the friggin' planet. Or 40 times an hour. If everybody go to a club and just see how many times a person gets touched 40 times an hour. Like I'm talking, that's probably like some pretty girl problems or something. That don't sound too thing. That don't really sound too genuine. Like, what's this? Y'all complain about this type of shit, then be right back at the same club next week. So the illusion is for women to stop going out, not for men to stop touching us. We don't say none of y'all females walk by grabbing all of our meat. Oh, we don't say nothing. Some people say that, but I don't know. I'm gonna be more on the side of men because this situation, because there is other places you can actually go in the world. Like there is, like, so men shouldn't go to bars because if we do, we should expect this to be sexually. So women shouldn't go to bars because if we do, we expect to be sexually harassed. And another guy said, I had to talk with my wife about this. She was at a bar with a friend who was getting touched. I asked, what did they expect at a bar? Not excusing that man's behavior, it's just more likely to have that type of trash happen in those places. Simple. Simple. If I want to see mass, like, hoes and everything, I'll go to a strip club. If I wanna see nastiness, I'll go to a swingers or orgy place. I don't know, a brothel. I'll go to a brothel if I wanna see sex. You know what I'm saying? If I wanna praise God, I will go to a church. Like, these are all institutions and places you go. I don't see why that is such a trouble for women to understand that the place you're going is not a good place. You could eat. Moral of the story, she says, if you're at a crowded bar or club and you're trying to get through, say excuse me. If that doesn't work, you need to touch. A simple tap on the shoulder will do. And men, check your guy friend to see if feeling or grabbing women. No, see, she moved the goalpost there. She literally just moved the goalpost right in front of us. A simple tap is the touching we're talking about. That is part of the 40. That is part of the theme. And talking to someone is sometimes it's like it's a social thing to do. So when women go to dating coaches, what do they tell the women? When you're talking to someone, give them a little touch on the arms, so to show more comfort and to show a level of, you know what I'm saying, intimacy. If you go to someone bare face and just talk to me in the face, they don't think that you like them or nothing. It's a gesture to say I like you. It's no one's grabbing no one and throwing them in the back of no lorry or nothing. It's just that's how it is in a club. A club is the place to go to get drunk. Let's just be clear about that. To get drunk and socialize. The guy say wear a suit that shocks whenever a guy touches you. I had a talk with my wife. Oh, yeah, that's that guy. Yeah, she. Fun concept, but wouldn't the data be tainted if the fact that the club you can't see bumping into people? Nice concept, but the data would be more reliable. Essentially, I think they're also failing to determine whether it's an accident or not. I'm ashamed of every man in this comment section. Shake my head. Sam, we're gonna see some simps in here. No, it's a logical thing. When you're socializing, naturally socializing, men's been socializing like that since the beginning of time. I'm not like, if a man grabs you anywhere inappropriate, that's sexual assault, and that you should call the police to the club. It's not. There's a difference. There's a real big difference of telling, of putting every man in one category. That's what women are trying to do right now. They don't want no one to talk to them on the street. No more street harassment. They want no one to touch them. You know what I'm saying, in the club. What do you just, women are right now calling for no association with men, for no social activity with men. That's what they're calling for. They don't even know it. I've seen a lot of comments just trying to justify this behavior, but there is no excuse for this. And I've seen it written on here differently. They are using probably piezoelectric sensors, not heat sensors, and color mist to indicate how hard the touch was. This is you they are, as women, what women always do. What women always do is muddy waters. That's the one problem women always do. They muddy waters. I would love a world where, where men just don't socialize with women, and see what they do. Where men never socialize with them again, never give them attention. It, if you're an ugly dude and you stare at a woman, they will think it's off-putting. If you're a good-looking dude and stare at a woman, they'll be like, "Oh, why isn't this guy talking to me?" They muddy waters so badly. It is mad. Men are gonna go MGTOW. Trust me. I'm disappointed in my fellow men here. No gentleman these days. Guess it's rare to be one. Infuriating yet not surprising. Does it register groping if a guy tapped you on the shoulder to offer to buy you a drink or ask to dance? That exactly, bro. Exactly. And if you did accept the dance request, is there a way to turn the dress off to avoid gropes? Man's talking about twerking and shit. Yeah, legend, legend. And if you get wasted, would it also count for you drunkenly falling into people? Yo, he made a great point. He made a great point. He made a great point, because sometimes women don't understand their radar is through attractiveness and non-attractiveness. If a guy touches you and he's attractive and he asks you for a dance or do you like a drink, yeah, y'all taking it, taking it. You women take all that. If you don't like a guy, he's ugly, attractive, and he touches you on the shoulder, yeah, this is harassment. What women don't understand is men do not know where they stand. Men don't, you can't see if a woman likes you or not. You cannot see if a woman so you have to do things like you were attractive, because you know what I'm saying? You have to do things like if you are attractive, because then if you do it weak, they'll be saying, "Oh, men need confidence," and all that rubbish. It's crazy. This is lousy research. Of course, you're going to get touched a lot, regardless of gender. You're at a nightclub. People who go there to get drunk and hook up. This doesn't prove anything. It determines how hard and where it's touched. Maybe a few of them weren't correct, but a majority of it was. All I'm saying is sexual assault is sexual assault. You're not allowed to do sexual assault things anywhere. Anywhere. You're not allowed to do it anywhere. So I don't know why they're busting it like, oh, it's like it's like you're literally gonna get sexually assaulted in a club. A guy could be nowhere near, but you the need to grab, feel the need to grab you when they're walking past. Do not touch me. See, this is where women muddy waters. Grabbing people and touching people are two different things. Touching people in a safe space. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little picture saying like friend zone, boyfriend zone, relationship zone, and it's got where people touch people. If you touch on the if you touch on the shoulder, you're in the friend zone. If you touch on the waist, let's say you're in a boyfriend zone or whatever. These men are probably touching in decent zones, and you're mixing them with people who touch in a place where they're not. You know what I'm saying? This is mad. Experiences like makes me sick. I don't get how some people don't understand simply of just not being creepy. It's not normal to just be a normal human being. You get this thing is pretty normal and not shocking to women. So F anyone who says women over exaggerate. Just like I teach my toddler, keep your hands to yourself, respect every person. But if a 2.5 can learn it, so can men. Yeah, the gestures and the every time it touches inappropriately. How do you know? How would you guess if it's inappropriate or not? Though that's the whole point. I'm all for not touching someone else, but in a club, really, guys get touched in a club and try and get them or get their attention. All of these 150% touches were not inappropriate. If you can't be touched, then don't be mad if no one gives you your ID or phone when it's dropped. Why can't fashion companies cater to a woman's true needs? You want some kind of clothing that cover your body to keep men away, right? Woo! I love that one. Y'all still coming in 2019 and complaining about getting touched. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Also, what doing to people being touched is not people doing the touching. It's the epitome of privilege and entitlement. The 100% the problem. Do you know how insanely easy not it is to not grope people? I get what you're saying, and I'm almost with you. If the touching truly makes you uncomfortable, why keep going back? If every time I went to the grocery shop and I got pinched in the face, logical conclusion would it creepy? I need to stop going grocery. It should be that we need to do something about the one pinching people in the face. Lol, terrible analogy. The grocery store isn't designed to attract violent behavior. The club is specifically designed to promote intoxication and sexual behavior. None of which makes non-consensual groping okay. Okay, you're right there. It doesn't make it, but touching and groping is the two different things. Gyms are designed to promote adrenaline in a competition. Does it make it okay for me to blindside a guy? Now you lost it. You lost me again. If you see groping as part of the club scene, you're part of the problem. It ain't hard. But we agree that it's not okay. But I'm with you on that. But it is also reality. So my point is, we should acknowledge reality first. We can work on issues without living our lives as if they don't exist, and then being surprised when hit with the ugly truth. It's sad that this is not surprising to all women. Is not just clubs or bars. If you need to pass me, tap my shoulder and say excuse me. Otherwise, keep your hands to yourself. Stop grabbing at my hips to get my attention. See, but the whole video was touches. So, and women are muddy the water too much. I'm telling you. So touching someone's arm is groping. Yeah. What matters more, location of the intent? If it's a tap on the arm saying sorry, can I see you? Then no, because women will feel uncomfortable. But if some random guy coming linking arms with her to get in her space, yes, it could be intent matters. What if it was a gently placed hand on the middle of the arm back to insert presence and greeting, then try to converse? If rejected, then move on. How's that? That's what I'm trying to say. It's mad. You cannot teach men to chase women or to date women or to see you in the street and or whatever and approach you if you don't allow them to have their approaching techniques. I'm assuming because it seems to happen to them every 5 minutes, like constantly being poked. Harmless intention from dudes, but annoying as F for the women. Agreed. But that's the thing. She said intent and intensity matters. And as if we've established any form of touch so annoying that a guy is trying to start a convo would be in the same pond. Yes, muddy in the waters. Judging by the amount of retweets this has got, and the lack of women arguing against it is there's huge majority of women don't want dudes touching them unsolicited, brushing by someone else. That's the I agree here. You have to keep agreeing to these people because they're not understanding the thing. I agree, but I think large numbers are for and against light non-aggressive touching, and most are against. But I get her point. I'm just curious where everyone stands. Yes, men love it when we get yes or no answers, not this muddy in the waters rubbish, which has got everybody in trouble since the beginning of time. How you touch shorties when they're in the way, move on we straight, and I'm trying to get through. This is, I need to a smart just that sprays pepper spray when they do touch me without my consent. Like they're muddy waters. So someone touch your shoulder for attention in a loud, crowded place would get pepper sprayed, and everyone who actually bumps into you will get pepper sprayed. Now, this is not supposed to be logical. You know how many times I touch people to push them out of the way in clubs when I'm trying to move through? About 157 times. Yet you couldn't treat this article. But yet you couldn't read this article one time. It's really this simple. Really, you're gonna tell people that I didn't read the article? No, I read the article fully. I've read the whole thing, and it's a joke. Because I bet they added the small touches with the grope touches. Nobody gets groped that many times in a night. Bring me one woman who their ass has been touched so many times in the night. I think that brother set it off straight away when he basically told you, if I'm tapping you to say, would you like a drink? And you accept the drink, is that a minus one? Like the Dave Chappelle skit. It's very confusing for men. It's very confusing for men. If we're gonna keep muddying the waters, women, if you don't want, like, not going to the club is a way of not muddying the waters. So you don't have to go to places where drunk people are. Drunk people never play by the rules. So you can tell all these drunk people today, don't touch us, don't touch us. When you get drunk, they're just gonna touch you. They're gonna touch you. I'm so lucky, at least to my knowledge, that that hasn't happened to me. Stay safe out there, ladies. My love and energy goes out to you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's loads of women out there. The fear of being touched is more prevalent than actually being touched in a way. I'm sure women seeing this are not surprised. This happens to us all the time. I bet you've never been touched. Like certain women do something. God game as for a reason. Handhold and emotional support reacts only. Yeah. No, they don't. It's sad because women really do get grand older no matter where they are. No, no, they don't do that. Don't muddy no waters. When the woman walks to work or goes to work, no one touches them. No one touches them. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I agree, yes, with that. Just saying 40 times an hour, I don't think that is totally accurate. But I'm not a female, so yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe 40 times. That's sex. If you was touched 40 times an hour, that's potentially sex. You being penetrated. Boy, you being penetrated. Like, imagine someone that right, the slowest sex ever, but 40 times you basically have sex every time you go out. You basically have sex every time you go out. Imagine someone grabbed you in your private area 40 times. 40 times. You know what I'm saying? That that is basically why would you go back? Why would you go back? Like Why would you go back to? Someone said Brazil is wild. Yeah, because I want to put that down to being Brazilian. I'm gonna put it down to being everywhere because I've been clubs, I've seen clubs, I've seen women sit down and sit in their one corner in the club for the whole night and do nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Few chill these replies. Just say you hate women and go. Well, I need to end this off somewhere. Okay, well done. Moral of the story, fellas, don't touch women without their consent and don't drink in public to put yourself in an increased risk of accused of harassment. And don't buy women drinks ever again. Well said, Nate. Well said.